The Joe Rogan Experience.
That's a true story, by the way, that I tell. I have an ex-girlfriend that when we first started dating, we'd been together for like a few weeks, and it was like popping off. We love each other. Oh, my God. And she left her email open, and I searched my name, thinking I would find all these great things she's saying about me behind my back.
Stupid.
It was really bad. And there was like a chat, like a Gmail chat between her and her best friend, and she literally was like, I just met this guy. I think I'm in love with him. He's the funniest guy I've ever met. I'm not attracted to him, but I'm going to give it a shot. And I just read it. And then, like, you know, she comes home a few hours later and it's like, hey. And I'm like, hey.
That's hard.
And it's brutal. It still lingers, by the way.
Was that the end of it?
Because I couldn't, first of all, I was like in love with her, and it wasn't a confidence boost. I was like, I can't go be single now knowing I'm ugly. But it's like, the person who loved me the most in the world behind my back described me as unattractive.
Horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's why I'm behind this mic as much as I can be right now. I'm hideous. It's horrible.
That's why we had an easy time writing the movie, too, because he has these stories. So he would just tell me stuff like that. And I know from experience what's going to work in a script. I've written them before. I've directed them before. So he would just tell me that, and I'm like, it's going in. That's got to be in here.
We had to change the names, of course.
It changed the names. But,
Of course.
But
And so you're releasing it only on your website?
yeah.
You're not going to put it out anywhere else afterwards?
I mean, we'll see, you know. But right now, the best mouth to drink in the interest is the website. It just comes right to us.
We did a big theatrical run
it was
also,
in the
though.
theaters for
Did very well.
Yeah, for a month, and it was killing.
Really?
Yeah, it was like AMC theaters and Regal and a few theaters. What they do if they don't give you a full run, they just go, you can have every city for one night. Like it's 7 o'clock on a Wednesday. We were in 70 screens across the country.
Wow.
And they all sold out and doubled. We were in a lot of cities. We were like in 3 theaters, like Thor or something.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and at the Laemmle in LA, it got held over like 3-4 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
It just kept getting held over. It was in New York. We had a premiere at the Beacon Theater, and we packed it, and everybody watched the movie in the Beacon Theater, and it was huge.
Fucking
It was fun.
amazing.
Yeah.
It was huge laughs. I don't want to derail the conversation. My ash just fell off on the rug, and I feel
matter.
terrible. Okay,
No one
great.
gives a shit here.
That was helpful.
There is an ashtray, but
Well, it fell. You know, sometimes
Yeah.
I didn't ash on the rug.
You get ash on the table. It doesn't matter.
All right.
Well,
But it
just-
fell. It was a mistake.
Doesn't matter.
yeah.
It's all
But
good.
people loved watching the movie together, I think, in crowds and laughing. It was really fun to be in a cinema where people are laughing so you can't hear the dialogue. That's like the best
Yes.
feeling in the world.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
That's
it was
great.
It was pretty magical, and there was laughs where we didn't expect laughs.
Yeah.
For me, it's like about my life. Basically, my mother's much nicer. I don't know where the camera is. My mother's wonderful. She's not a sociopath, but you know, to you, everything about you is dramatic. And then there's moments that happen in the movie. It would be like this huge house room laugh, and I was like, I didn't even think that was funny. Like when the dad, I don't want to give too much away, but when I try to talk to my parents and my dad just responds by being like, Jesus, and takes a sip of beer. I thought it was like a sad moment. And the place like
Big laugh.
explodes with laughter.
And different in each city. Like we did big screenings, premieres with us there and cast members in a Beacon, and then in Boston at the Schubert, and then at the Vic in Chicago. So in New York, he tells his family off the moment where he just really lets him have it and says "fuck you" to his mom.
Don't give away too much.
Too bad.
Well, listen, it doesn't matter.
The New York crowd went berserk. They cheered like, yeah, because we're all in New York.
Right.
We all came from some fucking town, and it was a fantasy for them. And everybody's like, that's right, that's right. Then we take the movie to Boston, where everybody's from. And that moment, the crowd was like, oh, no. No. When he said, fuck you, mom, it was, oh, no, you don't say that. And so totally split. But then later, when his uncle they have this fight where it brings, in both cases, brought the audience back together because he kind of levels the thing out. And so to me, that's a successful movie, one that it gets completely different reactions from different people, but they all like it, and they're
Is
all
this the
compelled.
first time you've ever released something just directly? I know you did your animated show. You released that directly on your website too, right?
Oh yeah, which one? Animated?
Horace and Pete?
Oh yeah, Horace and Pete. That was the stage show. Yeah, this is the first thing I've made that besides stand-up specials. I have 2 new ones that are out now. But that's the first one that it's the first movie I've ever put out on my site directly.
And you've just been doing mostly your stand-up specials that way, right?
Stand-up specials. Also, my series Louie on FX, that's on my website too exclusively. I licensed it from FX and from Disney, who actually owns it, and so you can buy it on my website. I got them to give it to me exclusive, so I wouldn't have to compete. So you can buy the whole series, all 5 seasons, for $30 for the whole 5 seasons.
Do you think you'll ever get to a point where your website is like a subscription thing, like a fucking Hulu type deal, where you could just subscribe to your website and get all the things?
I think that's tough because it's not that much content. I mean, there's packages, like you can buy I have 7 stand-up hour specials on there now. And you can buy them all for $25. So that unlocks all of them. You can stream them, you can download them, and own them and whatever. That's just the way it's always been between me and my fans on the website. I put stuff out once in a while, set a price that's just enough for me to get some profit and get the money back. So it lets me operate independently, and it's outside of the kind of algorithmic. It's not. The thing is that those platforms depend on algorithmic plug-in, and it's a very different model.
Yeah.
They also have billions of dollars to create content and the license content. I don't know where it's going. It's starting to be a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff on the website.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm getting to. It's like I've thought about that too, because a lot of people are starting to do that now. Like Schultz released his new special completely on his website.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are doing those kind of things now because you do encounter these problems with streaming services and censorship and just having their input on content. It's not fun.
No, of course not. And because when you're on a streaming service or on any platform, they have their own problems.
Yeah.
And because they're all owned by larger and larger corporations, they can't do anything that wiggles too much. So they have just too many concerns, and that's the way I look at it. It's not like oppression; it's just like they're too mixed in with other shit to be my boss, because I want to be able to fuck around and have fun.
Yeah.
So and so for me, I mean, I've been doing this since like 2010 when I put my first special on my website, and I like it. I like the feeling of it. Everybody that's bought a ticket to one of my shows or has bought one of my shows is on my email list, so they get told. It's different now because social media's and the algorithm is a kind of a giant suck. It's like
it does suck.
It does. Well, it's like everything is directed to you. You're told what's coming next by the algorithm. It's tailored to each person, and it's hard. People have less of an impulse to look around and to find their own shit. Nobody picks up a flyer anymore. What is this strange thing? Going to midnight movies, the kind of way that people used to find things outside of the corporate sort of old algorithm of advertising. Now they can just keeps coming to your phone, so you know what's coming. So I think, though, that people are starting to want to make more of an effort to find their own shit, to find something that's not, that's not in that thing. So that's why I like to keep my website the same, and the same model, and the same way I've always done it, because we keep getting more people that, and that's the feeling we got when the movie was in the theater. It's not like the other shit that's out right now. It's not a Marvel movie, and it's not about a black girl with one leg who persevered. And it's not,
It's about a white guy with 2 legs that perseveres.
Yeah, exactly. Who didn't persevere that well, but who did his best.
Well, see the film, for God's sake.
Yeah, that's right.